Assalamualaikum. Good morning, my dear students. Open the page number 55 of your biology book. Today we will discuss about 4.1.2 history of the formulation of cell theory. But before we are going deep into this theory and its postulate, we should know some history about the scientists and how they have derived. The first scientist was Aristotle, who just presented or arose the idea that all animals and plants are somehow related, but how it was still non-answerable at that time. Then comes cells. Cells were first described in a British by a British scientist, and its name was Robert Hooke in 1665. He was an important scientist of that time. Robert Hooke in 1665. He was the very first one to propose the idea about cells. But how? What was his experiment? He actually developed his own very light microscope, and he cut a piece of cork. Cork is a piece of plant. That was a thin slice of it was cut out, and then it was examined under the microscope. What he saw some honeycomb like structure in it. There were empty compartments in it areas, and they were like partitions were given, boxes were presenting in the microscope. He called them all together as cellulae. He called them as cellulae. Later this term was used to derive the term cells. Now we called it as cells. Furthermore, the more description of Robert Hooke is given in this. Robert Hooke was a chemist, mathematician, and physicist, and he has remarkable engineering abilities. He invented many mechanical devices like timepiece, the quadrant, the Gregorian telescope. Fine, along with this discovery of cell. Then after when he has discovered the cells, the next scientist who took part was Antony van Leeuwenhoek. What was his name? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. And he observed what? He observed under his microscope some living tiny organisms, and he then termed them as animalcules. He termed these tiny organisms as animalcules. Fine. Next, page number 56. After it, the next scientist was Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck. Fine. He said nobody can have life if its parts are not cellular structures or not formed by cellular tissues. It was his idea. Then comes in 1831 a British botanist, Robert Brown. What was his contribution? He discovered nucleus. Then come in 1838 Matthias Sheldon and Theodor Schwann. 1838 and 1839, almost closer. Both of these proposed what? They proposed a cell theory. All animal tissues are composed of cells. Further, after their working, the cell theory was further extended and improvised by Rudolf Virchow. What? Rudolf Virchow was a scientist who proposed an extended form of cell theory. According to this theory, living cells arise from pre-existing cells. According to him, he called them omnicellular e-cellulon. What does it mean? All living cells arise from pre-existing cells. Louis Pasteur provided experimental proof of this idea. But what were the main postulates of this theory? Now look here. Cell theory. All organisms are composed of one or more cells. Cells are the smallest living thing, the basic unit of organization. Cells arise only by divisions in previously existing cells. Fine. This was the three basic postulates of cell theory. Then comes subcellular or acellular. The word acellular means without cell or that lacks cell. Fine. According to the principle, organism must be composed of one or more cells, but the virus, prions, and virions are not composed of cells. Rather, they are subcellular structures or acellular particles. They show some characteristics of living organisms, like they increase in number and they transmit their characters, but still they are non-living or they are acellular particles. Fine. The question arises, why virions, prions, and virions are considered as subcellular? Because they show some characteristics of living, but somehow they are acellular structures. To learn this, actually the history and about the cell theory, first you have to learn this graph given in your book, page number 57. How you have to? First of all, they have provided you the dates Starting from here 1590, the scientist was Janssen. He invented microscope. Then comes 1665, Robert Hooke. What was his discovery? He discovered cell. Then comes Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He observed microorganisms. Later he called them animalcules. Then comes Jean Baptiste de Lamarck, who said about the importance of tissues. Robert Brown, who discovered nucleus. Sheldon, Schwann, they studied animal and plant tissues. Then Rudolf Virchow, who presented cell theory, omnis cellula, e cellula. And then Pasteur proved the Virchow's idea. This was all history, and this is a combined form for your easy learning. Hope you will understand the topic. Thank you.